All right, we are getting the garden ready for next season, and we're doing it permaculture style. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Renewed Homestead. Ben and Denise here, and there's the Quacker crew.
Yes.
So, what are we doing? Well, we're up on the hillside, up from the garden, which is becoming part of our food forest. And we have moved the duck house up here, so the ducks can do their thing and start getting that area ready for next season.
Yes. We've had them in the garden now for about a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yep.
And they are going through eating all the bugs because y'all know we had some pest pressure this year on top of the deer. So they're going through, they're eating all the bugs that are in the soil, because what happens is those bean beetles and the Colorado potato beetle and the squash bugs all winter in the dirt. And then when spring comes, they hatch, they come out, they start hatching, putting new eggs on, whatever it is. They all just stay in the soil over winter there. So we can bring our ducks in and they can go through the soil and eat all those bugs. And then they will fertilize the garden for us. So just another step towards getting us ready for next spring and summer's garden.
Yep.
So one of the reasons we also did this, we want to be able to keep the ducks in the garden year round. So what we will be doing is bringing up the garden fence up a little bit. And then when we want to, we will have a gate really close. So we will open it, they'll go into the garden, we'll keep them in there for a bit. And then the days we don't, then we either keep them in their little area or we take them down to the pond, which is where they were all day today, and they were just loving life.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so that the garden fence will come up just about to the bottom side of this tree, bottom side from what you're looking at. And then this side is food forest as well as behind you. So
yeah, and this is, we're still getting the food forest together over here. So it's not, we've got the trees planted, but we've still got to get the grasses out and get the wood chips on and
mulberry and comfrey.
Yes.
So anyway, so yeah, they are doing their duckiest to get that fertilizer down for us. Very happy ducks.
Yeah, and if y'all have ducks, this is a good way that you can kind of have a symbiotic relationship, right? Permaculture in action. So the ducks will fertilize, the ducks will eat the bugs. The ducks are going to be happy because they're getting their protein from the bugs and the other things in the soil. So if you have ducks, you can use them in your garden. Now, the only time I would be careful is when you have small seedlings. Because as we've talked about before, ducks will take their bills and they'll dig under that dirt. And I have seen them actually uproot seedlings doing that. So you want to wait till the plants are a little bit more established. And then once the plants are established, they're fine. They're not going to scratch. They're not going to destroy like chickens do.
Right.
So guineas are also a really great thing to have in your garden as well. But the ducks, this is really a easy permaculture thing that you can do to get free fertilizer and pest control in your garden.
Yep.
And your ducks are going to be super happy.
Oh yeah, and you're seeing the back side of the duck house, and they know their house, they love it, they come up here on their own. In fact, to get the footage we wanted, we actually chased them back out into the garden so we could record them doing their duckiest, and then we had to chase them all back in. And of course, rather than coming back up, they wanted to go to the pond, and sun's down, as you can probably tell, but
Yes.
Hey, it all works. It works well. I love our stupid ducks.
They're ridiculous. But
Yeah, you remember we got them. We got them when they were this big.
Yes.
Held them, fed them, coddled them, taken care of them, nursed them back to health, and they're still terrified of us.
Yes. Yes.
Oh well.
So, and as you knew, they were in with the chickens, and then we, we're like, why are we not utilizing the ducks more?
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Now I will warn you, as my grandma warned me, duck poop, it can be slimy, especially when it's cold out. It's slick, and if it freezes.
Well, thankfully we don't have any cement in the garden.
No. So. I guess she had ducks and she had geese back in Ohio, and she said you'd come out that back porch and the geese would get up there and She said they just poop all over there. They were just messy, messy, messy.
All birds are really messy.
Boy, I'm telling you what.
Yes.
Yeah, but
yes.
so,
But just wanted to kind of show you what we were doing, why we were doing it, but also give you some suggestions for ways that you can use ducks. You can use guineas as well, but we don't trim our guineas' feathers because they're out roaming. We want them to be able to get away from a predator, and the guineas will fly out of the garden. Ducks don't do that, so they're usually a better option for a more symbiotic, permanent relationship, if that makes sense.
But guineas are great to have around, and for we call them the reverse ugly duckling, because when they're babies, they're cute.
They are very
and then
cute.
they just get ugly. But they fly very impressively. Something will scare them up, and they'll come soaring down. It's very graceful.
Yeah, we'll try to get a video of it. We haven't been able to.
No, but they do their thing. So
Yes.
one of the other predators we saw in the garden, and I didn't know this, but the tomato hornworm, I was about to get rid of it, and not sure who I saw. I can't give anybody credit for it on YouTube. I saw it, but it had a whole bunch of little white things, and they said, don't get rid of that. Those are eggs from a predator wasp. So
Parasitic wasp, right?
Parasitic wasp, yes,
Yes.
thank you. So we left it. There were 2 big hornworms, and they were just covered, and I mean, it almost seems cruel because the wasp actually paralyzes this thing, and the eggs, the larvae feed on this thing while it's alive.
It sounds awful.
Sounds awful, but
we also will have more parasitic bugs in the garden next year, which is exactly what we want to get rid of the bad bugs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and our next video, we're gonna talk a little bit about chemicals and what's happening to our insects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Oh.
It's,
And scary. So, there is still room for the get-together on the 22nd.
Yes.
October 22nd with Pinball, us, and Billy from Permaculture Farm. And we have comfrey for sale at our website, renewedhomestead.com.
Yes.
The get-together, just email us, renewedhomestead@gmail.com. Let us know who's coming. We've got that space. We could still use a couple security people if you're able and interested.
Yep.
And I think that's about it.
All right.
At least it for today.
Yep, we're gonna go finish up our evening chores and go eat.
Yes, and we will bring you along one of these times. This isn't a full evening of doing that. So anyway, all right. Well, give us a thumbs up on your way out. Make sure you're subscribed, and we really appreciate you. Any comments? We love reading the comments and the interaction we get from those. So anyway, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless. We'll see you on the next video.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.